feed says Bruce Willis is bald and he's awesome.
He is.
And that's a good point, and now I'm not going to go home and hang myself. Thank you, James Fullard, for giving me a reason to live.
So we're into round 2 here at Friday Night Magic at Lost Legion Games and Comics in South Charleston, West Virginia. Go ahead and start the clock, because I always forget to do that.
Doesn't get much better than a turn 1 Gravecrawler for zombies in any color.
And on the right, we've got Ian Strege, who's playing Gruul Aggro, up against, I think we mentioned it before, Grixis Zombies out of Casey Skibbe. Yeah, as good as the turn 1 Gravecrawler is, the turn 2 Burning Tree Emissary into No Chain, not nearly as good.
No.
But
that might have. I would maybe consider throwing that hand away.
Well, here's the thing. I have it marked as Gruul Aggro, and it is mostly a Borderland Ranger. This is the deck Max has been playing for a long time. He finished like 13th or something at a Star City Classic in Pittsburgh a few weeks ago. It's not an aggro deck. It's not that Tamaharu Saito, 20 land, all two drops kind of just burn you out deck. It's much more of a mid-rangey deck, but it does have that still kind of aggro appeal to it.
It can have that aggressive start with the emissaries.
Yeah, and Gyre Sages and Gorkland Rampagers. But he's playing Thundermaws, he's playing Bonfire of the Dam, he's playing Domri Rod, he's playing Hell Riders.
What is this? What did he just chump with? Was that a Blood Scrivener or?
What did Casey?
Yeah, he had the Gravecrawler.
It's
and
a Blood Scrivener
and
a Gravecrawler.
Okay. I feel like I would only want to cast Blood Scrivener when I was close to not having cards in my hand, unless I really needed a chump blocker.
Well, it still attacks for 2. I mean, you can't always. I think it's one of those cards that's much like Dark Confidant, which it gets compared to all the time as we see a Charles Messenger come down. Oh, Wolfear Silverheart, attack for 7.
Such an underrated card.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Casey chump blocking with his Blood Artist there. Blood Scrivener is just the kind of card that you just play whenever you can, I mean, it's not.
Now it's a zombie, right? It's.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I thought it was a vampire, but
no, it's a zombie. If you play it on turn 2, it still attacks for 2. If you top deck it on turn 1,000, you can get some incremental value out of it in terms of being hell-bent and draw some cards. But
so looking at the feed, Chaz Dragon Tamer, I want Modern Masters, but not at that price. Lost Legions has been very kind. That's all I'll say when it comes to pricing Modern Masters.
Mm-hmm. So, before damage here, Casey's blocking with one of his untapped Jaros Messenger. We're attacking and we're using the Blood Rush on the Gorkland Rampager to give it trample. So that's going to be a 12/12 trampler. It's going to get in for 10.
Did he have a blocker that I didn't see? Oh, it's another messenger.
Mm-hmm. So he should take 13, right? All the way down to 9? 6. 6 is the answer. Oh, because of
he got in with the board, too.
The board, too. And then Ian drops down to 7. He's going to follow up with an Emissary here, or Gyre Sage. Yep, Gyre Sage, just something to get in the way here. See what Casey can pull off the top of his deck. He is a 3-color deck. He's playing blue for the Aircraft Captain, and then red cards for things like Dreadbore and Hell Rider. He has 3 swamps in front of him. He has another messenger in his hand.
Well, clearly that's not enough.
Well, he's going to attack here. Ian's going to go down to 4 from the. He's obviously going to block the Undying one with the.
I see.
But then he's going to cast the messenger, and it's just going to put him at 2. So you're right. It's not enough. He can. I think he has a Bloodthirst Vampire in his hand too. At which point he could play that, then declare blocks on the way back. Sack.
I'm still not clear why he wouldn't have attacked with the messenger with the counter on it, because it's not going to come back for...
At this point, he's eating 7 from the boar and 8 from the wolf because they're paired, so he can't really afford to attack unless it's going to be for lethal. Like I said, if that isn't Bloodthirst Vampire in his hand, which I think it is, he can play that and then set him up some blocks where he can still get in 2 damage with the messenger. block, and then, of course, he gets blown out by another Gore Clan Rampager, but, I mean, what can you do? You can't play around everything.
Do you know how many Rampagers that Ian's running?
Huh? I think they're running all of them. It's very much a card that this deck wants to cast.
I think Casey's doing a lot of thinking right now.
Well, he's got some math here. He does have a Bloodstone Vampire. He does have a Messenger.
Well, if he puts down a Messenger, he buys himself at least one more turn, unless there's a Rampager.
Yes. If he plays a Messenger here, then he puts Ian down to 5. He has 2 blockers up for the 2 soul-bonded creatures.
You can get him down to 1 if he chumps with those 2 Messengers. With the hypothetical third one that might come out.
The third one comes into play tapped, so that
I always forget that. Never mind.
Which is good. That's a good Vorthos thing, too. Zombies are slow. They come into play tapped.
Yeah.
They can't get you the first time. It's great Vorthos right there. Mike Linneman would be proud. So I feel like Casey's got he's obviously mulling over this. There's a lot of math in this situation here. I think the play is, I don't like any play that involves attacking. I really don't. Because Ian is going to block no matter what.
And what is that?
And that's a Bloodthorn Vampire.
Oh, okay.
Sack, give it +2/+2. Because Ian has a lot of removal in his deck too. He's playing bonfires as well, so. He draws a Domri Rod, which, is a Domri Rod good enough here? No, because you could fight something. He's playing a Domri. It'll be interesting to see what he chooses to do here. You could fight something, and you could kill the messenger. Yeah, you could kill the messenger that has the counter on it. Then attack in.
You could kill the Sage for almost the same value.
What?
Bloodthorn Vampire, excuse me.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about him fighting his own Sage.
No.
Which I guess is an option. He's more...
I mean, technically, I think actually Domri stipulates.
Under the rules of Magic, you are more than welcome to kill. Does it say opponent?
I'm not sure.
Let's take a look.
Should we really... You can see how much Modern Masters here. I don't know if we should put that on the feed.
Well, we can't pre-order it anymore anyway. They've already sold all of their boxes. They were selling it for $200.
So you can, okay. Oh, also, Domri Raid looks like the drummer from Blink-182.
You mentioned that last week. I happen to agree with you. I don't know what he fought with, but is there a situation where you can sack the messenger and kill the...
Wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah. So Ian will go down to 5. He just needs to put a creature on the board and he's fine. Just protect against some potential hasty shenanigans. Yeah, we're getting... Yeah, it just has to be the only qualifier on Domri's fight is the first creature has to be something you control.
Okay.
You know how good that card would be if it said target creature fights target creature? That card would be amazing. Like $40.
What is that? Blood Feud, and that costs 6.
It costs 6. It's a sorcery. It is not good.
It's a fun card.
It's not even. It's debatable, playable even in limited.
I was actually thinking about putting it in my queue, but a couple other things just took precedence. Mm-hmm. That Sage doesn't...
Hold on. Yes, hold on a second.
Did he ever evolve it?
Let me get out there.
I have rebought.
Good eyes, everyone.
Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, Ian's a nice guy. I went out there and showed that. He's like, "Oh, you're exactly right," because he did borrow this deck, and then he's like, "Thanks." That's.
I honestly would have made the same mistake.
Oh, it's not necessarily intuitive given all the other elf cards that have been printed. You just kind of assume that it taps for 1 and then it taps for 2 if it evolves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So crisis averted thanks to whoever it was.
Mikey Dubs in the feed kind of late on that one, but weren't we all?
SB Lance coming through in the pinch. There is a Blood Scrivener. There's a Diagraph Gruul. So, Domri is going to look for a creature. There are Thundermaw Hellkites in this deck, so, and Bonfires. Bonfire would be pretty good in this spot.
Bonfire would be amazing in this spot.
Even a hard cast Bonfire. Goreclan Rampager wins the game as well. So we're tapping 2. Is this for an Emissary here, or a second Gyre Sage maybe? Play a second Gyre Sage, then play a Powerwild Shaman. Bonding with the Silver Heart. Yeah, I have Silver Heart in my cube. It's so good in the green ramp deck. Like, it can make your Bird of Paradise enormous. Oh, I lived the dream last time we drafted here at the shop. I was playing against Wright Brothers, and I had blue-green opposition, like Trade Wind Rider, like that blue-green deck. And I lived the dream by having a Phyrexian Metamorph copying Silverheart. That makes 2 12/12s.
God.
It feels dirty. Alright, so Ian just serving in with the Silverheart, in case he's going to jump it with the Blood Scrivener.
I'm assuming the Silverheart is bonded to the Gyre Sage there?
Yeah, it's bonded to the one it's kind of touching. And we know Ian has the Pyrewild Shaman in his hand. So he's going to play that, double evolve, and get those Gyre Sages up to 2/3s. This time, paying it for 3 mana, the way it was.
But would... Why doesn't that one evolve?
Don't know what's going on there.
Wouldn't it evolve both of them?
I don't know. Oh, no, it's soul bonded. So it's like a billion, so it's not big enough.
Oh, that's right. Jeez.
Yeah. That one you might have noticed I wasn't hasty to go outside, because though I didn't know exactly what was going on there until I figured it out later, Ian looked at the card. Ian is like the rules lawyer guy. not that he, like, he's a nice guy, but like if he read the card and didn't change it, then sure. I'll trust him. So, Ian down to 3 here. He's in an awkward situation where if Casey can untap and like, at some point with these messengers, there becomes a point where if he can kill his own messenger,
right.
Although you and I know he has a Searing Spear in his hand, so he's dead to any red mana source. Whiff again on Domri.
It feels like Domri could have been better spent using the fight mechanic to clear out a Diagraph Gruul or the messenger with the counter.
Yeah, that would have killed him, wouldn't it? Yeah, because he would have fought with one of the big guys, taken out the messenger, and then served in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He would have blocked the big one. It would have been exactly lethal, yeah?
Yeah.
Question in the chat about any place we can find deck lists. I post them on our Facebook account and our Deckbox account after the fact. The Gruul Aggro deck list is already on Deckbox for previous weeks. Deckbox.org/user/ZachSellsMagic. I link to it on our Facebook page. It's Max Turner's deck. Just look for Gruul Aggro. The Grixis Zombies list, I don't think Casey's ever given me a deck list for. So just a stomping ground and go.
There it is. I really think Ian could have won that.
Yeah, I think he could have won that last. It would have been interesting. There may have been something I was missing, or Ian was playing around. Ian is sometimes guilty of playing around too much. He does play around some things like that. But
I'm gonna be honest, I do the same thing.
So yeah, just while these guys sideboard up here, for those of you interested in the chat asking about various things and how they can get a hold of stuff. If you enjoy what you see and want to help out the stream, make sure to follow us on all our various forms of social media. Obviously, you're watching live on Twitch. Make sure you click the follow button. If you're watching the old layout, it's above and to the left of the video screen. If you're on the new layout, it's below and to the left of the video screen, and they'll send you an email anytime our stream goes live. So obviously, 6:30 p.m. Eastern every week is when we do Friday Night Magic. But if we do something not previously scheduled. For example, Modern Masters Draft next Saturday. Pre-release is
So excited.
any midweek cube or eternal format shenanigans. I do that. Everything we ever record goes up on YouTube, youtube.com/ZachSellsMagic. These videos will be up later in the weekend. Then you can follow me on Twitter at ZachSellsMagic with daily updates and various, I don't know, sometimes I just make jokes on there. Seem to sound super good. And then more than anything else, I go over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. Daily content there. It's a magic news aggregator. I put various news from around the magic world each and every day, links to interesting stuff. Stuff about the stream, announcements, giveaways, videos, highlight videos, lowlight videos, very good, always fun.
I've had a few of those.
You've been, this week's lowlight video was the local legend Adam Vickers.
That was priceless.
Could not for the life of him pronounce the word flint hoof.
Now, to his credit, it's not really a word.
It's not a real word. What do you mean?
But the two components are words.
They are words.
Flint and hoof are definitely words.
If you're watching on the old Twitch layout, there are links at the bottom. There are buttons for all of these things. If you're watching on the new layout, it doesn't allow that for some reason. More importantly, though, we got to give away some magic cards here, like we do every week. We got to hurry and do it before I get done. You going to get on your phone so you can participate?
No, I'm playing Words with Friends with my mother, and she just made a move.
Uh-oh. Well, while you're playing Words with Friends with your mom, technically it's not Words with Friends if it's your mom. It's Words with Moms.
She's my friend.
Well, now we're stretching
And my mom.
Now we're stretching it. But
you know what? I love my mom. I'm sorry you
each
don't.
and every
Love your
week,
mom.
we give away a playset of our favorite cards. Rock, paper, scissors cards from Unglued if you want to win your own playset and start your games like a boss. Make sure to head over to our Facebook page where you can enter into our weekly drawing. Look for the giveaway post that I just made right now. I literally pushed the post button. Like, comment, share. Those are 3 different ways to enter. And as long as you like our Facebook page, you're eligible to win. It also shows up in my Twitter feed at ZachSellsMagic. Retweet and follow me there for another chance to win. 4 separate ways you can enter each and every week. Are they worth a lot of money? No. Are they worth a lot of sentimental value? Absolutely.
So, by the way, fun fact, Zach Sells Magic's logo, your mascot is a Yeti. That's good. Oh, it's you. Never mind.
Oh.
It's a joke that didn't land, so I had to... Sorry about that. Sorry, America.
The stream should be, at this point, 10 months in or 9 months in, should be more than aware of what happens when a joke doesn't work.
The boar.
Well, that wasn't even a joke.
That was so good.
I felt bad posting it because, I don't mean to,
I don't think he has a speech impediment, so I think it's okay.
No, it's fine. He just struggled with
Had
that
a moment. That happens to all of us.
He did own it. He said, yeah, I did it. I did it. I gave up on it. So just thinking about it makes me laugh. You, of course, are one of the most epic moments in the history of our stream.
Apparently, I have had one of the most epic lowlights ever.
You'll need to go back. Well, we'll link to it in a recap post. I'm already up to 5 things on our...
I want to talk about
AA
Ron
Ron
after this match.
All right. AA Ron. All right, so these guys are mulliganing. Ian on the play here. We see a Burning Tree Emissary. We see a Volcanic Strike.
Good. That's not bad at all.
That is the way you do it, my friends. Searing Spear won't even kill that guy now. Bloodthorn Vampire is pretty anemic. So Ian bringing in after he finally saw the red mana from Casey, he's bringing in Volcanic Strike out of the sideboard.
Does Casey have a mountain down
He has a Blood Crypt he played. Such are the perils of playing their Shocklane. And then you might be wondering why they're playing these Borderland Rangers. I think there's just 2 of them, but they do help to get you to the 5 mana that you need for your Hell Riders, or for Thundermaw Hellkite, yeah. It's basically a way so that you can play 22, 23 lands and still play Thunderballs. This deck also plays a copy of Kessig Wolfrun, which is incredibly important as well. 2 green mana for a Gyre Sage here.
Oh, and he's got a bonfire in his hand.
Or a
that
Burning
can already
Tree
go off for 2.
Burning Tree Emissary coming up. A bonfire for 2 here is awful because he's just going to sack his Gravecrawler to his Bloodthorn Vampire.
He doesn't have you mean the Draughts Messenger.
Mm-hmm. He could do it for 1 and make him sack if he wants to. No, or you just run out of Domri and just start drawing. Oh, no.
Such a good play.
Now, he can sack his Gravecrawler here in response if he wants to do 3 damage to that for some reason. And he's doing that.
Well, Bloodthrone gets +2/+2 for each creature sacked to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So,
he might just want to... I mean, I guess he's just trying to race here and just trying to get that up to 4 power as soon as he can. But serving in for 6 damage, 4 of which is unblockable thanks to Volcanic Strength. Casey already down to 10.
Wait, if Bloodthrone gets +2/+2 for the sack, wouldn't it have killed the Emissary?
No, it's
in
4-4.
the fight?
It's a 2-2 with a 2-2 pump.
Right, and the Bloodthrone gets +2/+2 for the
It's
sack.
a 1-1 base.
Oh.
So Hellrider comes down for Casey, and I think that's the situation we looked at. Is he's just trying to race here. So he's taking 7, 8, 9. Down to 7. Ian just shows him the Rampager, and that's enough. That was over in a flurry.
Well, that was probably the best start that Ian could have got. And
well, Ian was also dead on his next turn thanks to that Hellrider. He took 9 off that attack and then was dead on board.
I would love to know if that was a top deck.
Rampager?
Yeah.
Well, let me check the videotape.
I don't have it.
People ask me sometimes, why don't you have hand cameras? And I'm like, what? Like, well, they're not going to... Star City Games has a $20,000 AV setup.
Well, also, this setup isn't just here day after day. You have to set it up every time. You have to, and it's a labor of love, guys. Every single time you see the stream, everything has been set up that day. It's not something that sits here waiting for Zach when he gets back.
I have to set up the cameras. I have to tape down the wires.
Tape down the wire.
So people don't trip over it.
That seems like to be the biggest pain in the butt.
Well, that is a question people always ask me. It's like, how much tape do you go through? And I'm like, as much as it takes. And then the second question is like, why do you do that? And I'm like, I'm not going to do it. Just 1 week, not do it, and see.
And no
see
feed
what
for
happens.
anyone.
Yeah. Did you ever watch the one? There was one low light where, in between rounds, I had just left. This was before I was doing picture-in-picture, and I had just left it on the feature match picture, and Jordan Petio had been playing at the feature match, and he got up and put his backpack on the table and was like loading it up with his playmat and stuff, and you can just kind of see like the camera keep getting like nudged over as he keeps putting everything in his bag, and then eventually you just see the camera, it's like looking down, and all of a sudden it just goes like this. He caught it. I was actually walking out to go do something outside, but Jordan caught the tripod before it fell like 5 foot onto the ground. And I just said, oh my goodness. But it's very funny to see because you're just watching the feature match and all of a sudden you see, and then you just see the entire shop, which is always fun to see.
See, at those kind of moments, I wish you had audio on the matches. Now, I curse excessively and understand that probably other people do too, and of course, why would you want that? But
it's tricky. It's tricky. Question in the chat once again about the local legend Adam Vickers. He's got a fan club, man.
I can tell.
Is he playing Bug tonight? Sorry, just joined and don't know if I've said it already. Is Vickers here? I don't think Vickers is here tonight.
I thought I saw him. Let me take a peek.
Quick Vickers check.
Wait, where's the players?
Yeah,
we just look on the list of players we have.
Yeah. Where?
Oh, never mind. I saw Vigilanco and I just saw V and I was like, okay.
Adam Vickers is not here tonight. So, I'm sure if he was here, he would be playing Bug, but he is not here. Someone said, lol, nice joke.
That was a while ago when I was calling you a Yeti.
Oh, great.
Because you're your suit.
Thanks, stream. All right, we're back into it now. Casey gets to go first for the first time in this match. His Bloodthrone Vampire getting quickly outclassed by a Flinthoof Boar. He's going to go ahead and kick his Bloodthrone Vampire all over the GD place here. He's going to serve in here and offer to trade.
Oh, walked right into it.
No, I mean, I don't think Ian really minds like eating the front half of. Anytime Ian can trade for equivalently the front half of the Gerald's Messenger and not do it in combat, then I think he's got to be pretty pleased with that.
I'm sitting here shaking my head, and it doesn't really help the stream if I just shake my head and do a lot of non-verbal communication.
Yeah, that's not how broadcasts work. So Casey's going to serve in for 4, dropping Ian down to 12.
Is there anyone left in the chat? Not a lot of...
Well, we have 105 viewers, which is like pretty good for this time of the night. If we have 105 now, we should have a lot more come into the later rounds. But
there it is. I thought it was frozen for a second.
And then Ian just went to hardcast a Gorklan Rampager. I have Gorklan Rampager in my cube too, and I mean it's just fine as a 4/4 sometimes. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
A 4/4 Trampler. A 4/4 Trampler would be the best card in Standard when we started playing Magic back in Ice Age. And now you can also like Flame Javelin somebody.
When I was going through cards for my cube, I'm looking through the Ice Age and Alliances folder. I'm surprised I even kept playing.
Hellrider coming down, going ahead and get in for 8, dropping Skibbe all the way down to 4. And what did he do? Oh, he skull cracked Ian end of turn. And then Dreadbore taking out the Hellrider. Ian has a Bonfire in hand. Oh, there's another Rampager. Is that enough? Yeah, the Rampager's enough, isn't it? Rampager makes it 7. It's 5 damage. And that's enough.
And Gruul aggro takes it.
Well, you see the power of Blood Rush. You know, those Blood Rush cards are pretty good and limited. Slaughterhorn was a good one. Obviously, that one's the best. And the Rubble Hulk was good, too. But being able to...
I'm a fan of Wasteland Viper, too.
The best part about Blood Rush as a mechanic is... You know, if you get it prevents you from getting mana flooded or mana screwed. If you get mana flooded, you just cast it as a guy. If you get mana screwed, you just blood rush it. Like it makes Magic a little bit easier for you.
I'm surprised that Rubble Hulk isn't getting very much play.
It's cost $1 million, and you can't really effectively ramp into it because it's only good. It's like Avengers in a car. Turn 3 Avengers in a car.
Why do you crap on everything, Zach?
It's just launch. I want to step outside. We got 20 minutes left.
Oh, we got another match.
Someone on YouTube, I can't remember the username, but someone on YouTube's going to be happy. Last week we did not have our resident Grixis control player, Drew Scherr, because he was graduating from high school, which is kind of a priority. Well, he's back. He's done graduated. And now he's going to be on camera here. These guys are moving to Game 3. It's Drew Scherr playing Grixis control against Brandon Hart playing John Midrange.
I was just having a little discussion. Channel Fireball did 275 from Modern Masters. I still think that's too much. But if it came down to it and 275 was the best I could find after exhaustive searching, I probably would bite the bullet, but I would hate myself a little bit.
You have to understand, too, that there is a subset, despite the fact that we live in 2013, that social media, the internet, everything is around, there's just a certain number of people who just buy things retail. That's just how they do it. They don't research prices. They just go, oh, I want to buy that thing. I'll go to the store I always go to and click buy. That's how Star City is in business.
Well, if I had that kind
of...
Well, that's because some people have disposable income.
No, you made a flawed assumption there.
Really?
Some people are just... This may not be revolutionary information to you, but some people in America are bad with money management. Like that's kind of what we do.
I had kind of...
Hey, Nick, you can give it.
Hey, when I saw that Modern Masters was going for 300 on Star City, I cried a little bit on the inside because I thought I would have to miss out on this awesome set that, well, I'm sure they'll do Modern Masters too.
Did you get a box? You got a box?
I may get a second one.
We're drafting it, right? Or even if I'm not involved, you're drafting it with somebody, right?
I was not intending to, but if we wanted, okay, if I wanted to get some friends together, like Zach and Nick and other people,
you line up 7 people
that
you know aren't going to take your cards.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine. Just get 7 people that you.
So we were talking about my cube earlier, and half the reason it's peasant, which is common and uncommon,
because you don't want to let people handle
it's because if I ever use the cube and run it at school, especially with people I don't know, if they should decide to be a-holes and steal from me, if they steal my Midnight Haunting, I suppose it's not as awful as them stealing, that volcanic island that I own.
You play Magic out in public, nerd.
What?
Play Magic out in public.
Well, it would be at a dorm, I guess.
I played Magic with my friends out on the lunch table when I was sitting around for breakfast.
When I first started playing Magic, I would play at school a little bit. But actually, when I first encountered Magic, in my head, I never did it I never said anything, but I would really look down on the Magic players. I was like, what a bunch of nerds. And then 2 years later, a friend of mine was playing and it seemed really good, so I started playing, and I've taken frequent sabbaticals.
Look how solid a human being Drew Scherr is. He moved his deck off of the sponsored logo there. That's a quality move.
I agree.
You should give us some tokens or rock paper scissors.
It really is a beautiful.
No, we'll just hand those out. Nick, I don't know if you've ever come here before.
Facebook handouts?
Yeah, you gotta win. All right, so in the control, I mean, it's not a control matchup necessarily, but the Jund deck is in this deck it's the beatdown, but in most other games it is the control deck.
Hey, I know we haven't talked about it enough, but another compliment in the chat about the awesome playmat.
Yep, it's the first night we're debuting it, so a lot of people are going to check it out for the first time. If this is the first time you're watching the stream.
Oh, but it's Graveyard went over it.
Well, that's fine. I'll just remind people that the playmat's courtesy of inkplaymats.com. Visit inkplaymats.com for all your custom playmat needs.
By the way,
they also sell just normal like art playmats, like that people like user submit and whatnot. They have like a deal. They have like a $10 playmat every day. It's actually really.
They have discounts too, don't they?
Yeah.
The thing is, you're speaking a little quickly, and it almost sounded like you said ain't playmats. Inkplaymats.com.
I know.
We ain't got no playmats
I know
here.
I am from West Virginia, but I like to feel that I don't have a typical West Virginian accent.
I believe it's pronounced West Virginia.
Well, it's actually West by God, Virginia, is the typical. Yeah, so Syncopate takes out a Huntmaster on turn 3, courtesy of a turn 2 Farseek. That is often the best play a deck can make in Magic, is to cast the turn 2 Farseek.
I do that.
No, it's literally one of the best things you can do is fix your mana perfectly for the rest of the game and ramp.
I mean, we are currently spoiled by the sheer numerous ways we can fix our mana right now in Standard.
I would love a format in which it went back to, you can play 2 colors, a third color is almost impossible.
Gain 8 life.
Devoured Flesh, gain 8 life total.
I hit the 1 land there with a token. 2 Farseeks.
And responding to Tempest Bread in the chat, we are in West Virginia. We're in Charleston, South Charleston, but it's pretty much the same place.
It is. I did see that Drew is playing, if you remember from previous weeks, Drew is playing a couple copies of Far and Away, which I think we're going to see here. Oh no, we're just going to spear it the good old-fashioned way. Far and Away is actually really good against the Thragtusk deck and the Wolf and the bounce the token, make him sack the other guy. It's great against Huntmaster.
Charleston, West Virginia, in response to Tempest Bread in the chat.
Yeah, Charlestown is on the other side of the state. That's DC Metro, isn't it?
Brandon putting down an Olivia. That's a nice play.
Well, Drew's is going to Legend Rule, possibly. Or, no, he's going to Mortars and then play the own Olivia.
Only been 14 rules for me right now.
Well, then one Olivia would be able to steal the other Olivia, and then they would both... Oh, man.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
No, well, maybe, in a way.
No, he doesn't have... he could play an Olivia there, but I think he's...
Passing.
Well, I think he's... Is he leaving up...
Does he have a counter?
He's Drown Yard.
He's got Far and Away.
Well, he might be on the Drown Yard plan. I mean, Olivia's not going to win this game. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to win by damage.
Yeah, no. I think you just have to pressure the board as much as you can, which is junk mid-range.
Yeah.
With a Gruul. That'd be pretty good.
Well, Brandon does have a Rakdos Return in his hand. I think you'd fire that off here.
Yeah, I mean, he's left up in 4 mana. He obviously had something to play.
Yeah, but he only has 2 cards in his hand.
Oh,
If he counterspells your Rakdos Return, that's effectively half a Rakdos Return.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't
Slaughter Games. Naming what? Naming Jace Architect Thoughts. Naming Nicole Bolas. Slaughter Games, a card I had forgotten about until just now.
Seems pretty good.
Slaughter Games at sorcery speed, there's no, you can't name non-land card, right? It has to be a non-land card.
I think it is non-land, yeah.
The old trick with Surgical Extraction and Extirpate is always cast it during their draw step in case they just drew it.
Sure.
Because then it's super good.
Yeah.
What did he get? Aetherling?
Probably.
Is he just playing 1/8 lane?
Most likes do.
Just one?
I
guess that's a card that Brandon literally can't beat.
Yeah, not a lot of decks can. Flash it in for 1 mana.
We saw Brett Rose get round 1 against the Junk Reanimator deck of Garrett Meadows, basically off the strength of not being able to interact with an 8th lane.
Yeah. That card's really strong. So is Obsidian, and I don't see why that's not seeing play today.
Yeah. Well,
Obsidian's seen a little bit of play.
Obsidian doesn't let you. Obsidian's not. Well, I don't know.
Doesn't swing for 9.
There's one. Yeah, there's one difference, and it's the word unblockable.
Yeah.
Dreadbore Olivia, and surprising no one. Can you far your own Olivia?
Pretty sure.
Is it 3 though?
I think it's 2.
I think far is 2.
Because bounce his own Olivia.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
He's whiffing on this Aggro Bolus, leaving him just with the far and away in hand.
Speaking of Aggro Bolus, it's awesome.
Is it?
All right.
And I'm kind of bummed.
It's like the most random thing. Speaking of Aggro Bolus, I enjoy it very much.
Speaking of how good it is, it's good.
This has been Card Evaluation with Aaron Daly. Hey gang, what's the deal with Aggro Bolus? Drag test.
No, it's awful. Oh, but wait, it's good.
We've now reached the portion of the game where Drew just cannot win via damage. So he draws a Dissipate a turn too late. I think it's 2 Dissipates, actually. No, Forbidden Alchemy and a Dissipate, along with the far and away.
Duneblade's coming back?
Duneblade is coming back.
Great.
It will be interesting to see if it's an uncommon.
I would really like Go for the Throat to come back, but it'd probably be a little too strong.
It's the best Doomblade ever printed, especially now that the Scars block has rotated, where there are no worm coils.
Oh yes.
Because what artifact creature sees play now? Exactly.
How many are actually in standard
Street
right
Sweeper.
Ooh. That's a really good one.
Because those Race Curse Furies, they need to be taken care of.
So there we see the far and away.
Galvanic Juggernaut.
Make him sack a dude.
I like it.
It's
Sack the dude and then
It's I don't think it works like that, does it? I don't know. I'd have to Dissipate takes out Olivia. I'd have to look into the details of how fuse cards resolve.
Yeah.
Does it resolve left to right if you fuse them?
Yeah, it does. Well, that's why you have like Alive and Well that puts out a Centaur, and then that's Alive, and then Well gives you 2 life for each creature you control.
And Beck and Call gives you the ability to draw, then makes the dudes.
I just thought you could do it.
Well, you thought wrong, Nick, and that's why no one likes you.
Yeah, I know.
So, Brandon drew one of his Kessig Wolf runs here, which is super important. Brandon, actually, Brandon was over at my house last night looking for some cards for some modern decks, and I couldn't resist telling somebody about the play meta and keeping it secret to them. And he said he likes the red zone because that's where he battle. So I don't know if you noticed, he moved Aggro Bolus back because he's battling in.
Definitely take the Devour Flesh here.
Huh?
Definitely take the Devour Flesh here.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. Pretty strong. But at some point, Drew's going to actually have to start milling Brandon. I mean, he's exhausting his card resources, but at this point with the Wolf run, every creature that Brandon draws is going to be a 2-turn clock.
If you had kept that until Brandon had sunk all of his mana in, it would have been a lot better.
Oh, I actually thought he had done that. Obviously.
So we can talk about it in a second, but just so I remember, Tempest Bread is talking nonsense in the chat, but we'll get back to that later.
Okay.
What?
Current punt count.
We've got Danny Lilly watching from Lost Legion Games and Comics The Vault up in Parkersburg.
Hello.
That is a Lost Legion employee, usually down in the Beckley area, but he's up there. So good to see shops supporting shops. Lost Legion community.
Right.
Roll deep. We roll deep, son.
Yeah.
From Vienna all the way down to Princeton.
Oh, Vienna.
It's not really deep, but it's, 2.5 hours car ride. Pretty deep. All right, so
We are wild and wonderful here.
Rakdos Return does connect.
Very good.
Syncopate takes out a Liliana.
Where did you hear it?
Drew is not in a great spot here, but the top of his deck. Oh my God! Look at this crap. Oh, he doesn't have the mana for it.
What do you think he was about to cast Bolus?
He just drew Bolus.
Oh.
the top of his deck has been counterspell to beat two counterspells to beat cards he can't beat. He Forbidden Alchemy into the removal spell he needed, and now there's a Bolus coming down. Sire of Insanity is the worst in this spot. You have to discard your Bolus. Oh my goodness. And that's got to be about the end of this, right? You can at least mill, right? Oh, I forgot the mill. Devour Flesh.
I think it's just going to mill. I don't think Brandon... Oh.
No, Brandon's... They're all both playing off the top. Drew has an active Drown Yard. He keeps forgetting to activate it. But, you know, if Brandon whips a couple times, then Drew's right back into this.
I think Drew's just misplaying a little bit here.
He's getting a little bit flustered.
He has a flashback in the alchemy in the graveyard, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not the most organized of graveyards.
Yeah.
So we have moved into the alchemy, or into the.
It actually looks like the actual representation of the card, Oversold Cemetery.
Mm-hmm. There he is. There's his alchemy. Dragon's Call Summon. Land, Tribute to Hunger, and to Think Twice.
Did you have this main phase?
Yes.
Would Tribute be the way to go here?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he draws a land... Oh, he already played a land. So how much is he going to get in here for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5 plus 5 is 10.
You think he could just steal the Augur at this point? Just because he could?
No.
No one wants to do that.
Swing your 10, get him down to 5.
Does Olivia tap to do that?
But no. You just have to pay 5 mana.
Correctly placing the card into the red zone for battle.
Get him for 11, get on to 4.
I'm a simple man, and I enjoy battling in the red zone. A lot of tedious tapping here.
Or you can just kill off the Augur.
There's no point.
But it could be later. No. She's a Keswick Wolf Run, I forgot.
SC Dream says, I couldn't go to FNM tonight because it's block and I don't have a block deck.
Oh,
That would be so cool.
What FNMs do block?
I think that would be fun.
No, it's not fun for FNM. It's fun for another night of the week.
Yeah. I think it's Leslie.
Like, here's what happens. If we had a block tournament, there would be 6 people out there. And then they would just go to another store.
Disappointing.
Well, but that's just
I know.
That's just
I know standard is where the money is. I know it's where most of the interest is, but...
Think Twice. End of turn here. Drew's going to draw for his regular turn. Oh, he's going to fly. He played both halves of it. Watery Grave's got another Tribute to Hunger.
This is really bad.
He has a Dissipate, too. Like, Drew's drawing out of this. Like, he's just...
I think Brandon just gave him an extra 3 life.
What was he...
He shot the Augur Bolus 3 times when he played Tribute.
Pithing Needle, naming Drown Yard? Right?
Is Drew running Etherling?
Well, it is, but...
Well, I guess he doesn't have to name it until it resolves,
Yeah,
right?
Right.
You have to counter that, don't you?
He has Slaughter Games. He named it Etherly. Yeah.
So we're either waiting here for Drew to decide if he wants to counter it. No, he's going to counter it. You have to. Because if he names Pithing Needle...
Well, that would be useless to name Pithing Needle with your Pithing Needle.
What's going on here? I don't know what happened.
Drown Yard.
Yeah, but why... Drew wanted to counter it, why couldn't he?
Maybe he did it in response to the Pithing Needle coming down.
Oh, I think here's what happened. I think Drew waited for Brandon to name what he was targeting, but obviously that's trigger on resolution. That's on the resolution of the trigger, which means it's already resolved.
That's a common mistake I used to make with Oblivion Ring. I would just announce it when I...
Yeah. There's a punt, apparently, from Brandon.
I've come to the conclusion that everyone is better at Magic than I am.
Just now? Oh,
And that I need better friends.
dang,
Zach.
gotcha. Thanks for sitting in on commentary. I
No
was gonna
problem.
make fun of you the whole time.
The only reason I'm not playing is because I ran out of money.
Yeah,
And then I got some money today and decided I did not want to refuse your kind invitation.
you can do whatever you want to.
Well, it's too late.
Well, yes,
I'm a grown-ass man, I know, but...
You want to give me some money?
No, because I have enough money for me. My head is shinier than theirs. Thanks, Tempest Bread. Tempest Bread's my new best friend.
Yeah, I know.
Except for that crap he was spreading on top about.
Look at
Blizzard. It's
this!
Not, what?
Is this the first time in the history of our stream that Raul Zarek has made an appearance? I believe that it is.
See, did you bring enough money for everyone on the stream and me?
I did not.
Well then, what are you doing?
If you gave $1 to everybody on the stream, that's $138. We have 140 people watching at 8:30. Round 2's not even over. That's like super strong. I'm really excited
I mean,
about that.
what's so different about this?
And that is time. Time has been called in the round.
I was
Oh,
implying,
yeah.
I was implying that I was the reason for the increased viewership, but
You are.
2:30 a.m. here. Where is SB Lance at?
Somewhere in Italy.
2:30 a.m. has 6 hours away. Yeah, that's the UK, Spain, France,
Denmark.
yeah, mainland Europe.
Oh,
It's the worst. of
2:31
Scandinavia.
a.m. in Sweden. We all know we have a very strong Swedish contingent. So Brandon,
Well, there's a couple.
so while you guys are doing that,
I was about to say Denmarkian,
Drew
and
did,
then I hated myself.
Drew did land a Olivia.
By the way, if Raul Zarek can go ultimate on its first appearance on the stream,
No, he's bolting here because he's trying to.
Race. This
Yeah.
time.
There's not going to be enough time. He's got Dreadbore Tribute to Hunger in his hand.
Trevor.
And this one unfortunately ends in... Is that a Deadbridge chant or as a Putrefy, right?
that's
That he
that's the
milled.
new Putrefy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, off the strength of Pithing Needle naming Nephalia Drownyard, Brandon manages to steal a draw on this one. But both of them they should be both 2-1, right?
It's round 2.
Oh,
So they're 1-0-1.
yep. They're undefeated.
Yeah. If they're not.
Just another quick reminder, since we've got everybody on here, want to thank... Hey, we want to thank the fine folks here at Lost Legion Games and Comics in South Charleston, West Virginia for letting us stream their FNM each and every week. Obviously, if you're watching live right now, you know where it is, twitch.tv/ZachSellsMagic. But if you're watching on YouTube after the fact, try to come and check us out live sometime. 6:30 p.m. Eastern each and every week is when we broadcast FNM. It's usually standard, a 5-round tournament with a cut to top 8. Obviously, if you can't make your FNM, come watch ours. Also, remember... If you want to get involved in our weekly giveaway and start your games like a boss with our delightful game of rock, paper, scissors featuring these 3 parody cards from the Unglued set, you just head over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. Look for the giveaway announcement I made earlier in the rounds. Like, comment, share, 3 different ways to enter there, and as long as you like our Facebook page, you are eligible to win. You can also do it on my Twitter feed. The same message shows up there. Follow and retweet. 4 separate ways to enter each and every week, and I'll make the draw. I'll draw for the winner of that come next weekend, and I'll draw for those who competed in last week's tomorrow. Someone asking me, so that was timing around. Those guys, I guarantee you, are the last match that was over, so we'll be right into another round here very shortly. Question in the chat, would I ever play a Raul Zarek Stasis deck in Legacy? No, I would not, because I would never play Stasis. I just, that card's, I don't know, it's fine, I guess, but that's not me.
5 rounds.
5 rounds, 5 rounds tonight, so we got 3 more that are cut to top 8. Another question in the chat from Spike Mo up in Boston, where have Tindra and Rainbow Dash been? Obviously, they are, for those who have watched since the dawn of time, those are our dedicated Swedish contingent. Tindra is the delightful young lady who did the ZachSellsMagic logo.
Oh, wow.
Which is in the banner for us. They have been in school, is where they have been. I still talk to them on Facebook, and they just finished up their collegiate semester in Sweden. Do we play the top 8 out? We do usually. It usually doesn't get past the semifinals, but they do rarely, if ever, do they chop the top 8.
So I didn't know how humble Zach wanted to be tonight, but we were talking about cubes earlier, and this awesome website, CubeTutor.com.
CubeTutor.com.
Which is probably, well, I don't know how many cube dedicated.
No, it's the best.
It is absolutely amazing. And so today they posted some stats, and the ZachSellsMagic cube is the number 4 most drafted cube on the entire website.
Mm-hmm.
With something like 11,000 and some change picks.
Yes. 10,000 of those are me, drafting my own cube.
I have drafted it, I believe, 2 or 3 times and enjoyed it quite thoroughly.
They do not have very good nomenclature on the to get to it, I can post a link in the chat. I'll do that. But it's cubetutor.com/draft/31. Or no, /31/draft. I'm Cube31. You can just search for Zach Sells Magic on CubeTutor. But
well, right now he's on the home page under.
Just look under baller status and then check my box. But no, it's we talked about this before. If you enjoy, if there's two groups of people who can really benefit from CubeTutor. Number one, if you have your own cube, it's a great place to manage your cube. Graphical management of cards. You can analyze draft picks and whatnot. You can adjust what the level of pimp is. You can mark it as foil or foreign or black bordered or whatever.
Right now, my deck is 15% pimped.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And but so that's for the people. It's much better than using a spreadsheet. But even if you don't have your own cube, it's awesome because you can just go in and sample draft tons of cubes. The AI on this CubeTutor site is infinitely better. It's progressive. It learns from the picks. So it sees, as more people draft a cube, it knows what cards it should not pass. So that the AI that comes around for the packs, it makes a lot of sense. And so if you just want to get practice drafting cubes, if Moto Cube will come up here in a few more months, the next iteration will be back. It's a great experience. And there's tons of cubes on there. You can draft anybody. You don't have to.
By the way, so the Zephyr 31 in the
chat
just put up the link. If you change the 31 to a 115, that'll be my peasant cube. If you're interested. But yeah, it's the absolute. I draft mine and other people's cubes every day. It's so good to have your entire list right there analyzed by converted mana cost and color, and it's amazing.
What we're trying to say is go to cubetutor.com, bookmark it, and enjoy.
Definitely.
All right. So let's. We've got Control versus Control. I don't want to watch that. We've got Aristocrats versus Jund. You want to watch that?
I would watch that. Yeah.
Seems like a good one. Yeah, let's do that one.
Who is it?
Scotty and Yin. You want to go out there and get
Sure.
it? I'm going to step out for a second. Get a cold. I got a cold drink here. Never mind. I'm going nowhere. Question in the chat for some other people. Do I play EDH? Question from Professor Coke. I do play EDH, and in fact, I've done a couple EDH deck tech videos on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/ZachSellsMagic. There was a...
I gave them explicit instructions, by the way, to keep their cards off the logo.
And then Yin put the pouring on there.
And then, see, they're doing that on purpose.